Hello colleagues and welcome. We are going to look at how we can construct an ellipse. We can draw an ellipse when we are given two things, that is the major axis and the minor axis. And in this case, our major axis is 120 millimeters and the minor axis is 100 millimeters. So we shall start by drawing the major axis, which is going to be a horizontal line, and this is the one we are drawing now. Okay, the minor axis is also going to be drawn, but this time as a perpendicular line to the major axis, right through the center of the major axis. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our minor axis will be drawn in that fashion up to here. We are going to name this A, this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D, just as a way of guiding us. Next, we get our compass and using center O, we're going to get our compass and open it to OC, or open it to C, like that, and then strike an arc to give us point E. The next, we'll draw this line AB, in construction of course. That's what we have. Now let's look at line BE, which has been created as a result of this particular arc. So we are going to step off line EB. We get line EB and then step it off on line BC, like that, to give us point F. We are now going to use point BF, or line BF, and bisect it. How do you bisect that straight line? So you get point B to more than half of line BF, strike an arc like that. Okay, then go to F, you do the same. Next, we draw the perpendicular bisector of line BF. Okay, this perpendicular bisector is very, very important because it's cutting the major axis and the minor axis on points G and point H. Okay. Now, we are going to copy OG to the opposite side of the major axis in that manner. Then also we are going to copy OH onto the opposite side of the minor axis, and then draw this opposite line just like this one. We draw it, make it a little bit longer. Next, now since we have G and H here, we are going to name this point as I and the other point as the J. So here we go. We just join these points in that manner, like that and like that. In this particular method, we have very important points. These points are J, G, H, and I. Okay? We are going to use these points to come up with our ellipse, and therefore this particular method is known as the four-center method. Okay? Or indeed, you may still call it the four-center approximation method of constructing an ellipse, because it's these four centers that we are going to employ in order for us to come up with the ellipse. So this is what is going to happen. Remember that in this particular ellipse, the ellipse that that we're going to come up with, the ellipse will pass through A and also through B. The same ellipse will also pass through C and D using these 4 points or these 4 centers. So here we go. We'll start with I. We'll open our compass from I to A, like that. Okay, and using this line and this line, with the help of our compass, we'll draw that. Okay, we go to the opposite side and do the same from G to B, from G to B, like that. Using this line and this line, we draw our arc again. Next, we'll use J there. Okay, now this J will be connected to this point. Okay, and that point. Okay, even H, we'll use it to connect this point and that point. So this is what we have. Just a minute. Okay, all right. So from there to there, of course, passing through point C. Next, we go to J. And we do the same there. There you have it. That's how we can construct an ellipse, given that the major axis is 120 millimeters and the minor axis is 100 millimeters. And then also remember that this method is popularly known as the four-center approximation method, and therefore we are going to use these four centers, namely J, G, H, and I, to come up with our ellipse. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe and share.